So next, we want to start putting in our steel columns. Now, if you look in plan, right, you see the wide flange members, the I's or the what I call the W's. You see that there are multiple of those. If you count them, there are six. Let's see, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 17 total, I believe, if I count right, because there's 5 across the top. Then that's 3 where those shafts are. That makes 8. Another 5 is 13, and 4 should be 17. So we have 17 columns. However, we can't see what kind of columns are those right now. Let's go ahead and pause the video and discuss that. Okay, so we determined by looking at the column elevation diagram that the engineer here wanted W10 by 45s for us. So what do we do in this instance? Well, if we go over to structure, the structure tab, and we click on column, notice that what will pop up is this W10 by 49. But that's not what we want, right? So what do we have to do? Well, we have to delete that one I accidentally put there. But once we come here, if we click on that column, we can click on load family, but we're going to find that we're going to have a problem. So what we want to look for, don't fool yourself by looking in this columns directory here. You want to look in structural columns. Then we want to go to steel. Then we want to go to W wide flange column. And once we get there, we're going to pull all the way down. And what we're going to find out is that what? There is no, oh wait, there's a W10 by 45. So since that's a W10 by 45, we'll hit OK. And now Revit is asking us, we want to put this column vertically. Make sure that's vertical, because if you put it slanted, you're not going to be able to do anything. Now, where do we want this column to go? Well, according to our diagram, we go from the top of the foundation all the way to the roof with a offset of what? 4 inches from the roof level. So what we can do, we can come up here and we can say that we want to put the column, wait a minute, it's asking us to do it to a depth to top of footing. Let's pause the video and talk about something for a moment. So what I can do, what we determine is that we want to draw with a depth from what? The roof. From the roof up, top constraint is invalid for this level. Why is it doing that? Let's pause the video and look at something else. Okay, so what we determined is that we needed to be on the roof level, or the roof datum, or the roof plan, and now we can say we can draw that column, that W10 by 45, all the way down to the depth of the top of footing. And if I come to this, I can click there, and there it is. And then I can go there, and there it is. And I can go there, and there, and there. And there all those are. And I could do that for all 17, but I'm not going to, right? And look, they're just fine, right? I can see them, but that's tedious, people. So I am going to click on this, right click, and say select all instances visible in view, and I'm just going to delete them, because the way I want to do this is this way. First of all, I want to go down here, right, and I want to change this to fine, and I want to change this to wireframe, and I'm going to say give me a column, a W10 by 45 at grid intersections. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click a point here and drag across all of these, and I'm going to let go, and I'm going to say finish. And then what you're going to say is, well, Joel, you've got some other columns you haven't addressed, and then there's some you don't need. Yes, that's true. I don't need that one right there, right? But the rest of them I do need, right? So I've got 14 columns that I need, and I need how many more? I need 3 more. Where do they need to go? Those 3 columns need to go under A, so I need another what? another grid. So I'm going to go down to the first floor and I'm going to put another grid bubble in. And I'm going to start over here and I'm going to come down and realize that I need, according to the plan, to come down 10 feet. And I'm going to pull this over and I'm going to say this is going to be A.1. Okay? And now I'm going to say give me columns W10 by 45s. I'm going to say at grids and I'm going to select those three. But if I select those three, what's going to happen? It's going to put them where I already have some. So in this instance, I'm just going to go ahead and place them where I need to place them. 1, 2, and 3. Now, as Sarah mentioned earlier, these columns, all 17 of them, have a 4-inch offset from the top. So what I can do again is click on one of them and right click and say select all instances, visible in view, and then I can say the top offset is negative what? 4 inches. Apply. And now if I go to my south elevation, I can see I have my columns from top of footing all the way to the roof. And as you can see, I have a very nice gap here. That is exactly 4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video and let you catch up to me.